Good morning, students. This is Anu Mendonça, and I'll be taking your Maths 2 this year. So, students, as you know, the situation we are in current scenario because of COVID-19 pandemic, it is not able to take physical classroom lectures. So, keeping up to date with the technology and with the changing time, we are starting today with the online lectures for the subjects. And so today we are starting with the fifth chapter of Maths 2. Yes, you all heard it right. Lesson number 5, that is index numbers. So before we move on to the topic in detail and solve the sums, let us understand what is the meaning of index numbers, where they are used, and how they are useful in our normal day-to-day life. So as you all can see, I have written the meaning of index numbers. Index numbers basically helps us to measure the changes in value of money, which does not remain the same all the time. It can be understood by observing changes in general level of prices. That means by reading these two lines, you must have got a hint that I'm talking about the general economy of our country. That means we are talking about the economic state. This particular chapter helps the country or the people to understand. For example, take the example of the current scenario, the COVID-19 case. The economy is globally hit. That is, all the countries of the world are facing and going through a very tough time. The businesses are affected, the import, the export, the price level of the goods, everything is affected by this pandemic. So basically the value of money does not remain the same all the time. If there is rise in prices, then the value of the money declines, and if there is a fall in the price level, then there is an increase in the value of money. So, to understand the relationship between price and the level and the value of money, these changes in general level of prices are measured using a statistical tool. So, to measure the ratio, to measure the changes, there must be an indicator which tells us if the prices are going higher, there is fall in the value of money. Just for example, take when we are traveling through trains, which train is coming, how much coach the train is, what is the time, where is the destination, everything is shown on an indicator, right? We see the indicator, there is an app called as M indicator, which tells us each and every minute details of all the trains, of all the transport details we can get from there. In the same way, in the economy, to measure the relationship between the general price level and the value of money, there is a statistical tool, there is an indicator, and that indicator is called as index numbers. In the bracket you're seeing, I've put a percentage sign. Index numbers are basically expressed in terms of percentages. That is, it is multiplied and considered in terms of 100. Index number is an economic indicator of the business activity. As I told you, it can help us to know what is the economic state of the business. So it can be considered as an economic indicator of business activity. To relate this concept to our practical life, here I've written some examples, Nifty and Sensex. Have you all heard of this before? Correct. Nifty and Sensex are the indicators which are used in share markets. You must have seen they use two colors, green and red. The triangle is the logo which they use. So you must have seen in the screen, when the market is going down, it is shown by a red triangle. And when the market is good to invest, it is represented by the green color. So the practical indicator of index numbers can be these two indicators which are used in share markets, that is Nifty and Sensex. Now moving towards the practical part, the formula part. In order to calculate index numbers, there are certain formulas. Now, when I say index number, there is no need to write every time the spelling of it. Index numbers basically includes two important things. One is the base year and second is the current year. So here you can see base year I have written and current year. To explain you all the concept, I have written 2 years in brackets. In one side I have written 2010 and the other side 2011. 2010 is basically called as the base year and 2011 can be called as current year. That means whichever year is the smallest is considered as base year and the current year, which will be the biggest among the 2 years, can be considered as current year. And base year is represented by a number which is called as 0. Here I have written, and current year is denoted by a number 1. So whenever I tell index numbers, you can write it as I01. So index numbers are indicated using these two binary numbers, that is 0 and 1. Now index numbers are of 3 types. As I told you, it is related to economic activity, correct? So as you can see the next diagram, index numbers basically are divided into 3 parts, and that is why they are called as simple aggregative price index numbers. Now here in this we measure 3 types of different index numbers. Number 1, the price index number. Number 2, quantity index number. Number 3, value index number. Today we'll be covering the first 2 topics, that is price and quantity index number. The formulas as you can see is as below. The price index number I've written P01. I told you index numbers are denoted and represented as 0 and 1. So in the same way, if I tell you all price index number, so you will write them as P01. When I talk about quantity index number, we'll represent them as Q01. And when I talk about value index number, we'll write them as V01. So is the representation clear? Good. Now coming to the formula part. P01 is equal to summation of current year prices upon summation of base year prices into 100. In simple words, there are 2 types of prices which will be given to you all. One will be the current year, second, and one will be the base year. The smallest year is considered as base for comparison, and the biggest year is considered as current year. So what you have to do is, you have to add both the columns, make the total of it, that is summation P1, that is prices of current year, upon summation of P0, and then we'll multiply it by 100. The same formula applies for quantity index number. The quantity index number can be shown by the formula Q01 is equal to summation Q1 upon summation Q0 multiply by 100. So that is total of current year quantities upon total of base year quantities into 100. So this is what we are gonna study in this particular topic. So I hope the concept is clear till now. So can we move forward? All right. So considering with this, giving you all 2 minutes to just revise what we have done. By the time I'll show you all what the topics which we'll be covering. The download link of the textbooks have been provided in the group. So students, I request all of you to click on the link and download your textbooks and keep it open in front of you while you listen to this particular lecture, so that it will be easier for you all to relate to the questions of the exercise and the solution which I have put in the video. Okay, fine. So here is the screen. So starting with exercise 5.1. Now how the questions are shown, I'll show you all. Just give me a sec. Okay, so here is the question screen. Exercise 5.1. Now how the questions will look like, for that purpose I have just taken the screen. Every time we won't be referring to this, it will be very easier for you all to understand if I request you all, as I told you all, if it is better if you open a screen in front of you of the PDF file of the textbook, so that you can first see the question and then try to understand the solution. So the exercise says find the price index number by using simple aggregative method. So pay attention to the heading. Find the price index number using simple aggregative method in each of the following examples. Use 1995 as the base year in the following problem. So here the hint is given to you all that you have to take 95 as the base year. बट जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, जो ईयर छोटा है उसको आप बेस ईयर लोगे और जो ईयर बड़ा है उसको आप करंट ईयर लोगे. So as you can see, the heading given is prices. So that means we have to use the price index number ka formula. So here we can write price in 1995 as P0 or PO, whatever you can pronounce. And the second, price in 2000, that can be taken as P1. So जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था, formula is very simple, summation P1 upon summation P0 into 100. तो summation का मतलब होता है you have to add the column, पूरा column का total you have to do. Okay, after doing the totaling part, you can put the formula. So I'll just share the screen with you all now and you can just pay attention to the solution. Okay, so I hope the screen is being visible to you all. So this is the first sum. That is the reason I told you all, if you will be having your textbook, it will be a better option. Okay, so here you can see I have written the question in this form. Commodity 1995 and 2000. 1995 is represented as P0 and 2000 is represented as P1. The logic is we are writing P, the 0 and P1 is because prices की बात हो रही है. Okay, quantity की बात होगी तो आप Q0 and Q1 लिखोगे. That we will see further in the next sums. So just pay attention. So as I told you, the first step is आप P0 का total करोगे and then you will add up all the values of P1. So जैसे the total of P0 comes to 109 and the total of P1 comes to 182. Then we'll put the formula P01, that is price index number, is equal to summation P1 upon summation P0 into 100. Keep in mind this is very important into 100 because index numbers are denoted as are expressed in terms of percentage. So total of P1 is 182 as you can see over here upon total 109 P0 into 100. Now listen to me children very carefully. The workings which you all see over here is done by logarithm table. Now this is a new concept which was last year, till last year it was there, but in your new syllabus the topic is totally been omitted. So in this particular chapter you'll be learning how to find out the values by using log table, logarithm table. So I just request here and want to tell you all something. Once when the lockdown is over or the stationery shops are open, you can go and purchase the logbook. In your board exams also you'll be getting the logbooks, so it will be very easier to do the division by log method. The second option is normal division method also you can follow, but that will take a lot of time. So that is why in starting you'll find little difficult to grasp the topic, but I'll try my best to explain you all from the start. And once you are clear with the concept, it will be very easy for you all to do the any division, any biggest number division by this method. So just pay attention whatever I'm teaching you all. And the part which you see on the right side is totally a rough work. So this you don't have to show in exam, but for practice, yes, I will tell you all to show the working on the right hand side till you are very thorough and very fluent in solving log in minutes, in seconds, I can say, once you're clear with the concept. So for the time being, I'll just keep the working here because that I'll be explaining you all in the last how to remove the final answer. So the first step is basically you have to make the total of both the columns. Once you are done with the totaling of both the columns, then you have to put formula, the very important step. After putting the formula, you can find the final answer in two ways. Number one, simple division. Number two, by log working, which will be towards the end of the topic. Okay. So is the first sum clear for everybody? Topic is very simple. That is why I am taking this particular chapter, because when we start with easy topics, the interest also is there and it's very easy to understand the concept and grasp it faster. Moving on to the second sum. As you can see, I have written the question. You can refer your textbooks for the questions as well. Commodity 1995. Again, prices of 1995. This was the question. That is why we have written P0. And prices in 2005. So I have written P1. So the first step will be doing the total of both the columns. Summation P0, summation P1. After doing the total, you will put the formula P01 is equal to summation P1 upon summation P0 into 100. So the formula is in front of you. Total of current year price was 439. Total of base year price 316 multiplied by 100. I have not cancelled anything, so I have directly multiplied 439 into 100, which gives me 43,900 upon 316. Again, the log working is there. I'll explain you all after we are done with the concept clearing. Okay, so up till now, is the sums easy? Okay. The third sum, again there are three columns, commodity P0, P1. So the first step will be totaling of P1. The second step will be totaling of P0. So as you can see, the last digit is 58 over here. That is commodity E, and this is 72. So the total I have written here on the right side. Summation P0 243, summation P1 313. We go with the same procedure. Price index number is equal to summation P1 upon summation P0 multiplied by 100. So 313 upon 243 into 100. So I have written 31,300 upon 243. Again, you can see on the left side, I have solved by log. This I'll explain you later on. Sum number 4, again of the same pattern. So I've just solved the first 4 sums. Sum number 5, 6 and 7 I have not solved purposely, because I want you all to solve it after the first 4 sums. So first 4 sums, you can then, after the first 4 sums are over, you can then practice sum number 5, 6 and 7, because they are of the similar kind. Again, the fourth sum is in front of you. 3 columns, prices, base year price, current year price. So we'll total both of them. After doing the total, we'll put the formula P01 is equal to summation P1 upon summation P0 into 100. So the same pattern you can follow. Again, right side is log working. So don't worry about that. I'll again repeat it. Log working is rough work, but as you are practicing, this is your start. I request all of you to show the working on the right hand side. Once you are thorough with the concept, then you can do it in the rough work. Then there's no issue at all. Okay. So is the first concept, price index number, clear to everybody? 100%. So quickly tell me, what is the first step? Totaling of base year price, totaling of current year price. After that, putting the formula. What is the formula? Everybody repeat after me. Summation P1 upon summation P0 into 100. Then last is removing the final answer with the help of log table or normal division, whatever you all are preferring. That is up to you. So directly you can see I'm coming to sum number 8. So 5, 6, 7 can be your homework. You can practice and see to it whether you're getting the answers or not. So the second formula which I had taught you all was quantity index number. Quantity index number pattern is the same. Only the thing changes is the alphabet. From prices, now we are shifting to quantity. So just to show you all how the question looks, I'm just sharing the screen. So pay attention. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay, so here is the screen in front of you again. So we are on sum numbers. So you can see sum number 5, 6 and 7 are of the same kind. Price in 2000, price in 2007, price in 2005, price in 2012. So this you can practice and see whether you all followed the concept or not. So here is question number 8. As you can see, the heading is find the quantity index number using simple aggregative method in each of the following examples. The question looks the same, only what is changed is instead of price, quantities aa gaye hain. That's the only difference. So as you can see, there are 3 columns: commodity, base year quantity, current year quantity. Pattern is the same. Just keep in mind formula. सब जगह P मत लिख देना. P01, P1, P0. Read the question very carefully. उसके बाद ही you can start with the sum. Okay. So again, resuming back to the solution wala page. Just give me 2 minutes. Here. So we are back on the page. Commodity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Q0, Q1. So same pattern we'll follow. Total of Q0. Total of Q1. Once the totaling is done, then again the formula Q01 is equal to summation Q1 upon summation Q0 multiply by 100. So 585 upon 785 into 100. So when we'll multiply, we get 58500 upon 785. So the answer again with the help of log I have solved, which I'll teach you all within some time. Coming to the ninth sum, commodities Q0, Q1. Again, there are 5 commodities. The pattern is the same. We'll add up Q0 first, then we'll add up Q1. After that, formula Q01 is equal to summation Q1 upon summation Q0 into 100. So 1740 upon 1400 into 100. I've cancelled the zeros over there. So what remains is 1740 upon 14. This is simple division. There's no need to solve by log. That you can solve simply by the method of division. But yeah, if you solve it by log also, you'll get the same answer. So followed the concept what we started today. Index numbers basically are economic indicators of business activities. They are of 3 types. Simple aggregative price index number. Number 1, price index number. Number 2, quantity index number. And number 3, value index number. So out of the 3 formulas, we have finished the first 2 topics, that is price index number and quantity index number. Now coming to the final part, which is very, very important, that is how to calculate the log part. Before I show you that, I'll just show you all how the log table looks. So just have a look at this particular thing. Just give me 2 minutes. Just a sec. Yeah. So this is how the log table looks. Yeah. So here is the screen in front of you. The log table looks like this. There are 4 pages. So you can see the heading logarithms written. So there are 2 pages of logarithm. This is page 1. This is page 2 of logarithm. Okay. Then you have the next 2 pages given the heading anti-logarithms. So this is page 3 and this is page 4. So this is how your log table will look like now. and there's no need to by heart the values, nothing. It will be provided in the board exams, in the college exams, everywhere you'll be getting these books. In the starting you'll find a little difficult to understand the concept, but yeah, I'll try my best to teach all in the best simplest way. And once you understand, take it from me, hardly it will take 2 to 3 seconds to solve. Hardly, yes, you heard me right. 2 to 3 or maximum 5 seconds, not more than that. Okay, so just pay attention when I'm teaching you all the sum. Okay, so moving on to the topic again, I'll just explain you all the working and then I'll show you practically how to use that logbook. So just take an example here. Before we go, just try to understand the concept. What is log? What is the logic behind that logarithm? Now, for logarithm, always remember the formula is 211. I repeat it again, 211. You can see it on your screens as well. Now, what does this 211 represent? 2 stands for the first column. In logarithm, you will have 3 columns. As you all saw, practically I'll teach you all also. In that 3 columns, the first column has a 2-digit number and log starts from the digit 10. 10 से लेके 99 तक के सारे digits वहां पे रहेंगे जो आपके first column में होंगे. Okay? Then you have the second column, 211, right? It is divided into 3 parts. 1 का मतलब है you will have a series of columns from the digit 0 to 9. Okay? तो आपको 0 to 9 में से कोई एक column चुनना है depending upon the number. Fine? And the next one shows the mean difference का column. In mean difference, you have again ample series of columns from the number 1 to 9. तो बेसिकली लॉग टेबल में आपके पास 3 कॉलम होते हैं, 2 डिजिट, सिंगल कॉलम फ्रॉम 0 to 9 and mean difference का कॉलम 1 to 9. So this is the concept of log. So whenever we are doing log, अपने को सिर्फ 4 first 4 numbers are important. Okay? Now for example, I have taken the digit 18200. ये first sum का working है, if you remember. So now this is having 5 digits, correct? The denominator is 109. Now 109 has got 3 digits. Now whenever we calculate log, there are 2 topics which we have to cover. आपको नीचे दिख रहा होगा in the left side, मैंने word लिखा है characteristic, and on the right side I have written mantissa. Now characteristic का मतलब है जितने digits आपके पास है, can you see this 5 digit and the 3 digits? Always subtract 1, that is 5 minus 1, so you will get 4. And from the 3 digits, if we subtract 1, we get 2. So always for log, हमेशा आपने जितने digits होंगे उसमें से you have to subtract the number 1. Okay, so 5 minus 1 gave you 4, 3 minus 1 gave you 2. Can you all see 4 and 2 I have written over here? Everybody? Okay, so understood, this is called as characteristic. After that you'll put a decimal, compulsory. Decimal डालना है आपने. Now, where did these numbers come from? Now we will calculate mantissa. Mantissa we always get from the log table. Okay, so now practically I'll explain you all how you get that 2601. ये 2601 आया कैसे? So what's the logic? Whenever you have numbers, always subtract 1. तो जैसे न्यूमरेटर में था 18200, 5 minus 1 4, 4 point, and 1093, 3 minus 1 2. Now you see I've put a minus sign over here. अभी minus sign क्यों डाला है? Remember, the question was 18200 divided by 109, correct? Division का sign था. So in logarithm, the division gets converted into minus. याद रखना ये बात. Okay, so there was division का sign, that is why we changed the division into subtraction. If there was multiplication, then we would have added them. We would have used plus symbol in place of that. यहाँ तक clear हुआ? How to remove the characteristic? Okay, now I'm coming to the mantissa part. For that, I'll show you the practical demo. Just give me a sec. Okay, So here is the screen in front of you. All right. Okay. Now to explain you all practically, जैसे मैंने बोला था logic is 211. ठीक है. तो 2 का मतलब होता है, can you all see the first two digit 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15? This is your 2. फिर 1, I told you आपके पास ample series होंगी 0 से लेकर 9 तक. So these are the columns. Out of these column, any one you have to select depending upon whatever is the number. And the next one is the mean difference ka column, as I told you all. So it is from column 1 to column number 9. So taking the first digit, the numerator, apna numerator tha 18200, right? This was our number in the numerator. Just give me a sec. For you all, I'll just write and show you. Okay. So the number was, which we had was 1, 8, 2, 0, 0. Correct? This was the number. ये अपना number था. Okay. So what did I tell you all? First we removed the characteristic. Now pay attention. Logarithm के लिए you only require the first 4 digit. Okay? Only the first 4 digit. For characteristic you will consider all the digits, but for log only first 4 digits. Mantissa निकालने के लिए. So the logic is 211. Got it? So 18 is the 2, 1 and 1. Fine. Just manage with the writing, because as you all know I'm writing it by using a computer. All right. Okay. So everybody can see the 18 number over here. See, here is 18. Got it? Now in 1 I have to see which column. I have to see column number 2. So can everybody see a column number 2? See. So we have to look 18 under this particular column. That is column number 2. Now when I see 18 in this column number 2, can everybody see the digit 2601 over here? Yes? So सबको 18 के under column number 2 2601 दिख गया? Great. Now the next number is of mean difference. Abhi if you see mean difference column में, can you all see anywhere 0? No, because it is starting from 1. So in this case mean difference का column यहाँ पे नहीं आएगा, because there is no 0 over here. Got it? So directly what is the value of 18 under 2? 2601. Just in case, अभी ध्यान से सुनना, just in case figure होता 1821, just in case I am telling. अगर mean difference को consider करना है, so what you have to keep in mind. So what we'll gonna do is, हम क्या करते 18 को 2 के अंदर देखते, that is 2601, and the mean difference का column 1 also. Now in this case if I see 18 का 2 के अंदर was 2601, if the same way I go till 1, column number 1 के नीचे, can you all see the digit 2 over here? So the value of 18 would have been 2601 plus 2. You always have to add the mean difference. So 2601 plus 2. The mean difference you have to add. So the answer would have been 2603. That's the only difference. Okay, just bear with me with this writing part. So sorry for that, but I can't help it. I have to explain, otherwise you won't be able to understand. Fine. So the answer is 2603. But for our case, the answer is 2601 because the mean difference column does not exist for us. Okay. तो rather than पूरा नहीं तो कुछ तो समझा होगा आप लोगों को, हल्का सा. Okay. So now coming back to the same screen, I told you all मैं आपको बताऊंगी 2601 कैसे आएगा practically. So follow 2601 कैसे आया. In the same way for denominator. Now in the denominator what we have, same logic you can use. In the denominator you had 109. Logic is the same, 211. So the 2 means the first 2 digits you will consider, that is 10, and 1 में 9th column will be C. So again I am sharing the screen, pay attention. Okay, so here is the screen in front of you all, everyone. So the number was 109, correct? This was the number. So logic is 2, 1, 1, but अपने case में we have only 3 numbers in this case. So we'll consider 10. 1 में we'll take the column number 9. So it will become 0, 3, 7, 4. Again mean difference का column नहीं है, so that will cancel. Okay. So let's see the answer. क्या लिखा है हमने 10 under 9? What was the answer? See, the answer was 0374. It's the same answer which I showed you in the log table. Followed, यहाँ तक समझा? Don't take stress. This is not the first and the last lecture. That I'll be continuing in every lecture so that you will understand how to do it. So we'll subtract this. That is 11 minus 4, 7. 9 minus 7 is 2. 6 minus 3 is again 3, not 2. That's my mistake. And 2 and 4 minus 2 is also 2. After subtracting, what we'll do is we'll put it in a bracket. After putting it in the bracket, you have to write the letter A. If you remember, I told you all there are 4 pages, correct? 2 of log, 2 of anti-log. So that A represents anti-log ka table. Okay, so I'll just make the correction. This is 3, not 2. Fine. Okay. So after writing A over there, just give me a sec. Okay, so you have to write A which shows anti-log. Okay, the logic is the same. Now pay attention. What is the difference between anti-log and log? In log there is no decimals, but anti-log always starts from a decimal. That is, the logic is the same, 211. But this time the logic is 0.211. So there's a decimal in front. So anti-log always starts from the decimal, that is 0.23, 2 and 7. Can you see the dashes I've put? 211. That means 0.23, column number 2, mean difference का 7th column में आपको देखना है. So log table में हम जाते हैं. I'll show you how to see again. Anti-log pattern is the same, so there's nothing new in that. So here's the thing in front of you I've put. So everybody can see this is the anti-log table. दिखने में same है. The only thing is the first 2 numbers. दिख रहा है सबको? It is starting from decimal. Decimal 00, decimal 01, decimal 02. So the number which we are looking for is 0.23. So here I'll just highlight for you all. Here, 0.23. So the numbers was 2327, correct? 2327. This was the number, correct? Now how to see this? 23 under 2, mean difference 7. So 0.23 ko we'll look under second column. Second column number pe dhyan dena. Don't go by the counting because there's an extra column of 0. So 23 under the second column gives you the number 1706. Correct? 1706, and the same column I'll continue in mean difference, column number 7. So in the same line you should continue and go till column number 7. Can you all see the number 3 over here in the same line? So 1706 plus the mean difference 3. So you will get the number 1709. Okay, this is the answer you should get. 1709. You should add the mean difference. So in my working there will be a little mistake because I had taken 22. Okay, so just forget this. Okay, I'll just make the correction for you all. Just give me a sec. Okay, so what did we get? 1709. We had got this answer. Okay, don't go with this. This is wrong. But you followed how to check 0.23 under the column 2, mean difference 7. Now coming on to the decimal के पहले वाला part. Can you all see this 2? हमने ये 2 को consider ही नहीं किया था. And you remember in the start I told you all one subtract करना होता है. In the start I already mentioned that one number we had subtracted, if you all remember. See, यहाँ पे लिखा था ना, subtract 1. Always subtract 1. Can you see this? Now we will take that 1 again, and we'll take that 1 and add back here. Can you see? मैंने यहाँ पे फिर से उसको add कर दिया है. You have to add it again over here. Okay, so that 1 which was subtracted has been added back over here. So 2 plus 1, you get the answer to be as 3. Now what does this 3 shows? This 3 का मतलब है, now for putting the decimal, you have to count the digits from the front. Usually decimal डालने के लिए we count the digit from the back, right? The normal division procedure says so. But in logarithm, you always have to count from the start. So after 1, 2, 3, after the 3 digit, you will put the decimal. So your answer will become 170.9. This is your final answer. Got it? So yes, I understand it's a little complicated when you hear it, but don't worry. In 2-3 more lectures, you will be very comfortable. Just remember, first thing, in simple terms, जितना भी digit है numerator में, उसमें से 1 subtract करो. जितना भी digits है denominator में से, उसमें से 1 subtract करो. So basically, you will get the characteristic part. ठीक है? Characteristic मिलने के बाद, always subtract it and then put the decimals. After that, go with the logic 211. log table में से 211 का लॉजिक निकालो. पहले 2 नंबर को किसी एक कॉलम में देखो, वो नंबर में मीन डिफरेंस अगर होगा तो ऐड कर दो, add it back. Okay, then you get the first 2 numbers like this, the mantissa part. Then do the normal subtraction. After getting the answer, brackets में डाल के put the alphabet A. After that, anti-log के लिए refer to the decimal के बाद वाला हिस्सा. Logic is the same, 0.211. After that, जो 1 आपने subtract किया था, add it back again like this in the first number before the decimal. After adding them, this number will tell you decimal कितने digits के बाद डालोगे. And to put the decimal, count the numbers from front. I repeat, to put the decimal, count the number from front, आगे से. So in our case, it is 170.9. This is your answer. So with that, the sum and today's session I'll stop. I know for the first day it's too much, but yes, if you don't understand this, you won't be able to solve. Lesson is easy, no doubt about it. I understand what you are going through right now, कि log calculation से अच्छा हम normally कर ले, but trust me, have some faith in me. In certain some more lectures, y'all also listening to this video, y'all sit with the book, y'all do it yourself practically. I'll send y'all both the log table PDF and the sums PDF, and whatever sums we did today, just try to practice the log and understand what working I did and how did I get the answers. And believe me, once you are comfortable with it, there's nothing like it. You'll enjoy doing the divisions, and every time you'll feel array log table hona chahiye tha, we could have done the division within seconds. So anyways, it is your decision. So we have finished almost 2 types of sums today, price and quantity. I hope you'll revise it, you'll practice it. Tomorrow I'll be sending you all the video based on the last topic of this exercise, that is value index number. So by tomorrow we'll finish off with the first exercise and then we'll move on forward to the next exercise. I hope you all followed the concept and keep practicing, keep revising and stay safe. Okay, take care everybody.